all types of inspirational speakers taking the stage, including this man right here, Spencer West. Always good to see you, my man.
Likewise, man.
You know, we always say a year's gone by because you're on the couch, you're talking about the message, 18,000 kids coming together, and I remember the first time we met. I'll admit, I noticed a physical difference. And now when we meet, the only difference I see is you have such an ability that you have to inspire the masses with courage and hope.
Oh, thanks, Riaz. I really appreciate that. You know, that's sort of what I'm focusing on this year at We Day is a lot of people now know my story, which is so nice and so humbling. So this year, really talking about some of the lessons that I've learned over the past year, climbing Kilimanjaro and doing We Walk for Water across Alberta. I'm really talking about sort of this idea of creating a team in order to change the world. And, you know, this year in particular, Free the Children is launching their year of education. So I'm really focusing on that, and we're getting back to our roots and talking a bit about some time that I spent in Ghana this summer. So
I love the fact that you just throw these things out there. We climbed Kilimanjaro, did the Walk for Water. Just no big thing in the world of Spencer West. But when you did Kilimanjaro, take us through this experience because you raised a significant amount of money for a terrific cause.
Yeah, you know what, at the time East Africa was facing one of the largest droughts they've seen in over 60 years, and you know, Kenya's where I found my heart and where I found the ability to use my story to give back to Free the Children. And so we wanted to do something and have a cool adventure, but also raise some money. So I got my two best friends together because we can't do things alone.
Yeah.
And we made it to the top. It was terrible. They helped me the first half. I helped them the second half.
Look at this moment because these visuals are incredible. What went through your head when you reached the summit?
Thank goodness we made it, because right before that, both of my friends were puking their guts out.
Yeah.
So we literally hugged. They puked. We took another photo. They puked again. So it was really grueling. Well, yeah. I mean, you really get to know somebody after they blow chunks off the side of a mountain. So.
It's very vulnerable.
Yeah, exactly.
Go through that.
Exactly.
But you know, a phenomenal impact. And I think when we see examples like this of what you're able to achieve, I'm inspired. I know I hear people when you come on the show, they're inspired. At what point in your life, because you lost your legs, what, at the age of 5?
Yeah.
When did you realize the power of your voice and the ability to create change?
Yeah, I didn't realize it until about 5 years ago. I went on a volunteer trip to Kenya with Free the Children to build a school. Built the school, and we had the opportunity to hang out with some of the kids. They wanted to know my story, so I told them my entire story. After I told them, a young girl said to me she didn't know something like this, meaning the loss of my legs, could happen to white people too. And for me, that's where I realized, oh, I've missed something. I think maybe if I can inspire this little girl to recognize that we all have challenges, what more can I do? And I was so inspired by the work of Free the Children, and I wanted to get involved in some way. And I thought, well, this is it. Maybe I can use my story, be a speaker, give back to Free the Children, and inspire folks to get involved, like we're hoping to do with We Day on Friday.
And your attitude is simply phenomenal. Every single day when you wake up, what do you consider your biggest challenge?
Not looking sleepy, maybe.
I deal with that too on this show. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, you know, for me, it's just making sure that I'm constantly using what I'm given properly, and to use that to give back. That's sort of what's going through my head, like just to make sure that I'm doing it correctly that day.
Well, you have a gift, and you're going to be doing something special come this Friday. We Day, always a big draw. Tell us about how this year is going to be different.
Yeah, you know, it's really exciting. Of course, with any We Day, you know, it's a free event thanks to our co-title sponsors, RBC and TELUS. So we're going to have 20,000 folks in Rogers Arena. And this year we have some incredible folks like Martin Luther King III. Of course, hometown heroes like Headley. We're going to have Kofi Annan speaking as well. So we have a really incredible lineup. People like Down with Webster, and you know, myself and some of the other folks, Mark and Craig Kilberger, and we're really, really excited. And this year, again, we're going back to our roots of this year of education and inspiring people to help us, you know, in solidarity, build 200 schools around the world.
And you have a great history when it comes to some of these speakers. You mentioned Martin Luther King III, 50th anniversary of you know, the great speech. What of all the conversations you've had with the third, we'll just call him the third, what stands out to you of why he came aboard to you know, this mission? Yeah, you know what was really cool is we were talking backstage, and he said this publicly as well. If his father were alive, this is the movement that he would be involved in. And I mean, it doesn't get any more humbling and more inspirational than that, to have, you know, this person that's a piece of history say that to you. So it was pretty cool. Spencer,
as a collective.
Always a good time to have you on the show, man.